Hello, I'm John McNamara, I'm the Information Architect for IBM Messaging, and today I'm here with a couple of legends from Hersley. And we're going to talk about MQLight and how to deploy an app to get you up and running and started in the Bluemix as a service. Guys, should we have a quick run round and introduce ourselves?
Sure. Hi, I'm Shilpa. I joined IBM a few months ago, and I've been working with the MQLight service team as a software engineer ever since.
Awesome.
Hi, I'm Mike Gibson, and I've been an information developer here at IBM for a number of years, and I've been documenting Bluemix MQLight since inception.
Awesome, buddy. So today we'll talk about MQLight, what it is. MQLight is a service in Bluemix, and we'll also show you how to deploy a sample application to it. Melanie, do you want to just give us a quick overview on what MQLight and MQLight as a service actually is?
Sure. So the IBM MQLight service for Bluemix is basically a cloud-based messaging service for Bluemix applications, and that provides a flexible and easy-to-use service to send messages between apps.
Awesome. Okay, so can we do a quick high-level overview of the steps involved from somebody who's completely new to this to be able to deploy their sample application? What are the high-level steps that they need to follow?
Sure. So the sample that we're talking about today uses one of the two APIs that is supported by our service. So this one uses the JMS API, and so to be able to run the sample, what you need to do is create a Bluemix account first of all, download the Cloud Foundry command line interface, which allows to create services and manage apps on Bluemix from the command line on your laptop. And you also need the zip file for the sample, which is referenced in our documentation for the MQLight service.
That is awesome. So, Melanie, can you tell us what the sample application does?
So this sample basically showcases one of the main usage patterns for messaging, which is worker offload. So if you have a front-end application serving up a web page, and you want to process anything coming from it, but don't want your web page to hang, you can send it off to a bunch of back-end workers, which will do all the work for you and give you the content back using messaging to send and receive requests. And so our sample app basically just takes a sentence that a user can input in a basic web page, and then sends it off to the workers in the background, which process it. So here it's just simple turning it into uppercase and sends it back. But commonly, I guess you could use this kind of a pattern for video processing or any CPU-intensive tasks that you might have.
Okay, that sounds awesome. So, okay, so we've already got a Bluemix account, so we're not starting. We're going to demonstrate from the initial step. I think we've already got the Cloud Foundry command line tool. But Michael, are you going to show us how to proceed with the rest of it and deploying the application itself?
Yes, indeed. I'll just start screen share a second. So I go to the command prompt. You should be able to see that now. So as John's mentioned, I've created a Bluemix account. I've installed the command line tool. I've downloaded the sample. So we see that already in the directory listing there. This also assumes I've logged in using the CF login command. So I've done that. So now I'll go and create the service by typing the following command: CF create service, MQLight, and supply a couple of parameters. A sample, a service. That name. Just check that's okay, and there it goes.
Nice.
So this is optional. You can just enter the CF services command just to see the services in action.
Yep.
And now we push those, and this will use the manifest.yml. Shilpa, do you want to have a quick word about the manifest?
Yeah, do you want to show it? Show the manifest quickly? So the manifest is just a CF configuration file, which avoids having to go through a bunch of commands to set up the sample. So if we can see it, I can go through it quickly.
Sorry, let me have a look.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sure, yeah. So so the manifest itself, that's fairly new, isn't it? So what improvements does that give you?
So basically, you avoid having to do a lot of commands and instead just say what you want CF to do. So before you would have to create an app and then bind the service to it and do those steps manually. Whereas with this manifest, you can just have both apps, so the worker app and the web app, referenced in the manifest. And when you do CF push, it'll just upload both of them, bind them to the service, configure them as you've specified, and just do it all for you instead of you having to do several commands.
Fantastic. Now we saw Mike as well do two commands. One was a create service, one was a push service.
Yeah.
So what was the create service? What did that do?
So the create service basically provisions an instance of MQLight for you, and so under the covers it sets up a queue manager for you and gives you the connection details that you would need to connect to it and send messages to queues and topics that are available with that service.
Okay, so you've created the service and you've pushed the application then that you've downloaded to that service to run its application against that service.
Yeah, so once you run the CF push, first it uploads I don't know if it's the web one or the worker one, but in turn it uploads both of them and then binds those applications to that service and then starts both applications up. So the web application is a basic Java servlet, which serves up the web page, and the worker applications are just basic Java applications, which are listening for messages put onto the queue by the web front end to process them and put them back on the reply queue, basically.
Okay.
I've got the manifest.yml showing now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as you can see, it's very easily readable. You can just see that there are two applications, mql.sample.worker and mql.sample.web. We specify some basic configuration, like how much memory they would need, and the path to where the actual file to upload for the app is. And also, services mentions that it should bind, the app should bind to the service we created using its name. Another interesting thing is for the worker, you can see that we have a line saying instances 2. So that basically means that when the worker is pushed, there are two separate instances of the worker which are running. So either of those workers can receive one of the requests and process it and send it back. So we can scale as easily as that.
That's phenomenal. So it's really impressive, I think, that you're able to create a service and deploy the application to a service in basically two command prompts. If you go back to Michael's screen, I think Michael's showing it now, ain't you, Michael?
Yeah, that's correct. It's all finished, and you'll see there's a URLs line. So if you type that URLs into a browser now, you'll be able to see the sample actually in motion. So let me do that.
Okay.
1 second, I will just grab that and pop it into a browser.
So are we now actually going to be seeing this actively running? This application is now actively running. Now we've created our MQLight service, we've pushed our app to it. What Michael will now show us is this application actually running in reality. Is that right, Shilpa?
Yeah, that's it. So both parts of the app are running completely separately, but they're connected to the same service, and so thanks to that, they're able to communicate.
That's awesome. So what we'll do is we will put the links to the download, to the Cloud Foundry CF tool download, and also to documentation that Mike's alluded to when he's been showing his command line demonstration, so you can follow it as well. And I think what Mike will be doing was is going to be showing you exactly how the application works via the browser. So Shilpa, what sort of things might be showing you once your screens come back?
So it's quite simple. It's just the web application just serves up a web page on which there is an input box.
Yeah.
So in the input box, he can type just a random message and press submit. And once he does that, basically the front end breaks up the message into individual words and then puts those on a queue. There we go. You can see it now.
Okie dokie. So if we now click to Michael's screen, Michael can give us a quick demo. Well done, buddy.
That's okay. Sorry it took so long. Right, so if I type a random sentence.
Yep. And so once he clicks submit, that'll be sent off, broken off words and put onto several queues, onto the same queue, sorry, as several words.
And there we go.
And there you can see it working. So basically, you can see that all the parts of the message have been converted to uppercase and sent back to the web app. And you can see that the worker IDs are not the same for each message. This is basically showing that different workers, so different instances of the worker, are converting different bits of the message.
Ah, that's really impressive, and it's spawned different workers based on the number of words that are contained in the sentence. You can process them all in parallel.
Yeah, exactly. You can choose how many workers you want, and they'll each be deployed by Bluemix as a new instance of the app. And yeah, there you go.
Okay, guys. So that is awesome. We'll put the links in the notes so you can play yourself. You can see it was really simple, little doddle to kick off the MQLight service and to push the application to it. Have a play, see what you think, let us know. Guys, thank you so very much for joining the call today. It's been an absolute joy as always. Thank you very much, Mike. Thank you very much, Shilpa.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Thanks, bye.
Bye-bye.